think there'll be better productivity and people will be.
I think if they allow people to work at home, the society will decrease. Like, especially, I think that they should definitely go to the office.
有人爱死居家办公，有人觉得根本灾难，到底怎么回事？来听听外国人怎么讲。
In your country, can employees choose whether to work from home or do most company requires people to go to the office?
All things possible, but now the tendency is to work at home, but the company has to work a little bit on the home building.
Yeah, it seems like administrative workers in the healthcare setting, a lot of them were working remote during COVID, but more and more they're trying to get them back in the office the last year or two.
Up until recently, it was easy to work at home. Now employers are wanting their employees to work in an office. I think it's because they think that people working from home don't work enough.
薪水小偷。
Depending on your job, the job I had needed to be in person sometimes or needed to visit factories sometimes. So my job needed me to be there, but some jobs were 100% remote, yeah.
In Hong Kong, there are many companies which allow 2 days to 3 days work from home. Completely depend on industry and the company. Finance, they have a lot of security, so they cannot work from home. They don't allow to work from home.
I think they used to be able to work from home, but I think a lot of things are changing now with the new government administration. Yeah.
Do you think people who work from home tend to be more lazier, or are they actually more productive?
I think probably it's easier to get work done at the office, so be more productive at the office. But some people may be more creative at home. I think it depends on the job for sure.
That's a two-edged sword. Whereas if you're all in the office together, you can't really sit there and twiddle your thumbs because other people see what you're doing.
瞬间清醒。
I would have to go to work to actually do some work because I would just watch YouTube or something. I think it would be very hard to focus on the actual work.
I don't think lazy is the term. They will be more productive to a point, but then I think they can get distracted easily. You don't get that if you're working at home, and you lose connection with the people you work with.
孤军奋斗。
From personal experience, I definitely work better from home, where I can have my nice dog and a nice comfortable environment and be able to go for a coffee break whenever I need to and not get distracted in other conversations. But I think also it can be distracting working from home. Like if you see a pile of laundry right there, it's easy to want to go and do your laundry, or a pile of dishes, it's easy to want to go and do that during the workday. So it takes some getting used to.
一心多用。
Again, depends upon person to person. In general, if you see work from home should be more productive. If you talk about from personal perspective, then you become lazier because you don't have to get up and go to the office 1 hour.
If you could choose, how many days a week you like work from home and how many days you want in the office?
To me, it should be 2 days work from home, 3 days work in office, and it should be very flexible. That the reason is that, like, because see, you have 5 working days, so you need to still interact with your team. If you say I want to balance, so you can only split 2 or 3 days,
I mean, I personally think you should go to the office. Yeah, like when I was teaching from home during COVID, it was I would have been more productive if I was at school, doing stuff in an office with other coworkers and working together a little bit easier.
All of the time in the office because I love speak with people. I love share my life with other people.
If I could choose, I would do 1 at work and 2 at home, or 2 at work and 1 at home. Split it up. Just not having to deal with traffic, the nonsense of going to work. Sometimes I might just want to stay home in my PJs,
好主意。
Probably 1 day a week at home and 4 in the office, because you need the connections with your co-workers to be effective, and the day off you can focus on the jobs you have to do without being interrupted.
工作高效率。
What I had was very nice, about 50% of the time at home and 50% of the time in office. But I think the flexibility is the key. So if you wanted to work remotely for, let's say, 2 weeks and then in the office for 2 weeks, I think that would be better.
If your country fully adopt like a flexible work way, do you think society will be more better or worse?
Better, definitely. I think when you have employees that are able to do what they want to do, and many employees love to travel, and that's why they're working, is to go travel and to go meet new people and experience new things, and new countries, and new food, and new everything. And I think if you're able to give your employees that incentive and the ability to work remotely, even for a partial time, I think that would be good.
I think the employees would probably be happier if they didn't have to go to the office every day. Economy would probably go down a little bit. I work with a lot of people who don't know how to pack their own lunch and they go out to eat every single day they work. So it'd probably be a little bit of a drop on that front.
I think there'll be better productivity and people will be more content.
So I would say the society would definitely become better.
Do you think this kind of work setup will affect the economy in your country?
Absolutely not. And I think you can see that exactly in case like Japan, where Japan has this really kind of hard, extreme work culture. Based on this belief, you would have to argue that Japan would have a really good economy because people are working more, but that's not the case, right? So you can see that definitely like it wouldn't have impact on the economy.
I think if they allow people to work at home, the society will decrease. Like especially for a government job, I think that they should definitely go to the office if the taxpayers are paying for them. But like I said, that's just a government job. I want my taxpayers going to a government that the employees report to the office.